Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Today, well, actually a few days ago, but I've only been able to make this video today. We have new patch notes out for the test server, and I'd like to talk about them because they're a bit interesting. Keep in mind they are only test server patch notes, so although they are coming to the test server, or actually already are on the test server, it doesn't mean they're going to make it to the live build of the game. And I'm pretty sure if any of these changes do make it to the live build, these will come with the release of Year 5 Season 1, I believe. So just keep in mind that not everything you're going to read here is going to make it to the final version of the game. So let's get started and start reading these patch notes. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at is that every gun in the game is actually going to have an increase in ADS time, meaning that it will be slightly slower on how long you can go from hipfire to ADS. They did change it with the release of Ember Rise to be faster, and I think they really want to backtrack on that because it's made a lot more guns more overpowered, such as the F2. The F2 has been a really strong gun for a while now, and it was just like giving every gun a buff with the ADS speed affected that one especially because it was already at a higher advantage than other guns. So it looks like they're kind of backtracking on that and making it a bit slower to try and put more guns back into a less overpowered category. So I'm okay with this change. You probably won't even notice it too much anyway because most of it's just 0.10 seconds. But yeah, let's look at the next patch note. Okay, so here we have that the recoil on the Scorpion is actually gonna be improved, meaning that it's gonna be easier to control. As when Ela was first released, the Scorpion was an absolute laser, had a high magazine, high fire rate. It was by far the most powerful weapon in the game, and was regarded as, when Ela was released, she was the best operator ever to be released in the game, and that was the best weapon. So since then they have severely nerfed the gun. It's lost ammo, she's lost a Grismon, it's gained a lot more recoil, and it looks like they've kind of went too far with the recoil change, and they're working back on it. And here we actually have a video that I got from Core Ross on Twitter, so go check out Core Ross's channel. He is quite a big YouTuber. But what it shows here is with controller, this is what Ela currently looks like in the test server. And if you guys played in Operation Blood Orchid, oh yeah, you're gonna be getting a lot of bad memories from this, or maybe good memories. But it's starting to look like that we potentially might get the old Ela recoil back. And once again, this is just test server, so it probably will be adjusted by the time it comes to the live build. But this is pretty much what Ela used to be like. She could shoot all 51 bullets in her magazine and they'd all go in a straight line, and it looks like we're potentially getting that back. So I don't know how I feel about that. I do miss playing her because I do admit I joined the game in Blood Orchid, and when I got the game with the season pass, so Ela was like my only defender, Ela and Legion, and I was an Ela main because that was like the first operator I played. And even when I joined the game and had terrible aim and everything, and I was really bad at the game, the gun was still insane and I was still like popping off with it. So I am very interested to see what they do with this and if they actually keep this in the live build, because if they keep this in the live build, then Ela's gonna shoot up and be one of the best defenders again. I guarantee it. Okay, so here we have the news that everyone has been talking about, and it's that Maestro is going to be losing his ACOG for his LMG. And say what you want, I personally do not play Maestro a lot, but I am aware of how good he is and how valuable his evil eyes are and how strong his LMG is. And for someone who doesn't personally play Maestro, but I go against him a lot, I'm happy that he's losing his ACOG, because I feel like that LMG is such an extremely good weapon. So I'm interested to see what's happening, like how he'll perform without the ACOG. And yeah, because the LMG itself is extremely good with holographic and any other sight, and I always felt that having ACOG on it was a bit too much but apparently Ubisoft have thought the same way, so he will be getting his ACOG removed, and I can see this going into the live build. I can't see this just being exclusive to the test server, because Ubisoft have definitely been looking at nerfing Maestro for a long time, and it looks like this is their way about going about it. We also have that the FMG9 for Nook and Smoke is going to be getting a buff. Doesn't really entice me to play Nook anymore, because the reason I don't play Nook isn't because her gun. It's the fact that she doesn't really bring much to the table. If I had an option to play an operator, I'd rather play Twitch or Thatcher or IQ or someone who will bring intel and a better weapon to the team. Even if Nook had a great weapon, I probably still wouldn't play her, purely because of the fact that her ability is so freaking useless, if I'm going to be honest. It's such a shit ability that I just have no reason to ever play Nook. And I think that's the reason with most people, and that's the reason why she has such a low pick rate and no one actually wants to play her. It's not because the FMG9 is a shit weapon, because I actually very much like the FMG9. It's the fact that her ability is so useless that no one wants to play her. And yeah, so let's see what else we have here. Okay, so here we have some changes coming to Blackbeard, and as you can see, it says that the ADS penalization will only happen when the shield is actually equipped, rather than when he doesn't have a shield on. So I don't know why they're trying to give Blackbeard some love. Pretty sure in the last developer notes it showed that Blackbeard has the highest win rate out of any operator in the game, so surely they should be nerfing him at this point. I know a lot of people always joke about Nerfbeard, even I think it literally says Nerfbeard in this, but Blackbeard isn't a shit operator, guys. The fact that he can stop a bullet going to his head is extremely good. The reason why people say that Blackbeard is underpowered is because you don't have a good reaction time. For Blackbeard to be good, you have to be good at aiming. That's purely it. And Blackbeard is an extremely good operator, and a lot of people don't really realize that. And I do not understand why Ubisoft are giving him a buff when even in their own patch notes they've shown that he is the highest winning operator on attack. So yeah, he will be getting faster ADS without the shield, and yeah, that's Blackbeard getting a buff for whatever reason. I mean, that's fine by me. I play Blackbeard all the time, so I shouldn't be complaining, but they had no logical reason to buff Blackbeard, let's be honest. Now, here is a change that I'm sure a lot of you guys will be happy about, including myself, and it's a nerf to Echo. I still think Echo, even after this change, is going to be an extremely strong operator and still banned a lot, but this is definitely a move in the right direction. I still don't know how I feel about there being two yokais, because when there's one yokai, I feel like that is kind of underpowered, I'm not going to lie, but then when there's two, I feel that's overpowered. So there isn't really like a middle ground when it comes to how many yokai drones Echo has, in my opinion. So I think keeping two right now is a good move, to be honest. And the changes here is that they can now be hacked by Dokkaebi, which is really good, because then if you all go for a plant, she can call and get the Echo off his drone, and it's not as aggravating. And also, when he dies, he will drop a phone for some reason, even though he doesn't even carry a phone. He uses the wrist thing, the thing on his wrist. But yeah, when you kill an Echo, he'll drop his phone, which can now be hacked. But yeah, how many Echoes are you going to see out of sight anyway? So that's a good change, I guess. It is a nerf, but it's not really a big one. But the big part, in my opinion, is that yokai drones are going to have lights on them when they're not cloaked. I think that is so good, because yokai drones at the best of time you can't even see because they're so invisible, and then sometimes they glitch and they're just completely invisible. And even when they're not cloaked, that sometimes it's going completely invisible because, yeah, it's a glitch and they still haven't fixed it. So anything to give yokai drones more appearance, I'm good with, because Echo is by far the most annoying thing in this game. And the fact that his drone is invisible is even more annoying, so I'm so glad that it will be getting lights on it so that we can actually see it. So yeah, let's look at the next notes. Okay, so here we have the Ying is actually going to be getting a buff, which I'm actually quite interested to see, because I know Ying isn't a bad operator, but it's like a Fuse situation. Fuse is a good operator when he works, and when he works is very temperamental in my opinion. So I'm glad the cluster flashes, sorry, for Ying are gonna be a bit more reliable. Is sometimes you throw them in a room and it's very easy to counter them. So, and especially with Wamai and Jaeger on a board, Ying is a lot more easier to counter now. So yeah, I'm interested to see these changes to Ying, because she is a really interesting operator, and yeah, hoping to see her perform a lot better than she currently is. And the final part of these notes I'd like to talk about is the adjustments to Finka and Jaeger. So Finka's spear is going to be getting a damage increase from 38 to 42, and Jaeger is going to be getting a damage decrease for his 416 from 43 down to 38. And yeah, I agree with this, because I like this spear as a weapon, but when I play Finka, I'd rather use the SASG, the sausage, or the LMG. And when it comes to Jaeger, I feel like this is the best time to nerf him since we have Wamai now. Because before, if Wamai wasn't out right now, I would have been extremely against a Jaeger nerf, because he is so vital for a situation that the reason his pick rate was that high is because not because people want to frag with him, because a lot of people do want to frag with him still, but it's because the ADSs were so necessary. But now that we have Wamai, like it says here, yeah, Jaeger is currently in a position where you can make adjustments to him now and try and get his pick rate down. Okay guys, so that was the patch notes that we have right now that are currently live on the test server. I like a lot of them. I'm interested to see what ones come with the main build of the game. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you guys later.